weather forecast says it wasn't supposed to be raining. Yes, I'm an old head. I watch the weather. But it's okay, because listen, we don't let that stop us. If the audio is cooked, then so be it. So, you can see. Life is all good. With life, you must not know the next step, but take the next step. Because if you don't, you will fall on an unassuming topic. The unknowing is the concept that scares us all. So, how can we fix that? How can we? There's no way to fix the unknown. Rather be ready for the unknown than be scared of it. Because if you're always scared, how are you going to be able to change? Nobody really knows though. It's a great concept. Most of my viewers are in school, working, or figuring it out. So, I'm going to try to talk to you, the viewer, that enjoys the so-called content in a reasonable rate, alright? So if you're in school, listen. I understand that it is a systemic reasoning to correlate school with prison. I used to do that. I thought I was a smart kid. I was like, oh, look at the comparison of prison and school. Damn, they're the same. But you gotta have an optimistic view of it, okay? Because, to be honest, I wanted to drop out, but you shouldn't drop out. Not because, somebody that dropped out and makes millions telling you not to drop out, kind of hypocritical, right? Isn't that crazy? I didn't drop out. I graduated, I graduated, So, with that, take school, if you want to go somewhere that has to take time, take school serious as possible. But if you don't know, just stay with a B average. Because listen, the grade system has already been dumbed down enough, right? Now, if you got a hard time with school, you need like an IEP or something, or EOC, well not EOC, EOP, or what is it, 601 or something? It's one for behavior and one for educational and one for like studies, right? It is okay. Don't be diminished. Don't try to get diminished because you think, my intelligence is lower than somebody, so I need extra help. There's nothing wrong with extra help. I was too prideful and too arrogant to ask for extra help during school, so I had to get it on my own. Yeah, I passed with flying colors, but that's because school, I hated school. I hated the test. I hated math. I hated school, I was good at math. I was so-called good at English and social studies, but like, it wasn't for me. Like, I like the extracurriculars, I liked the sports, I liked the chemistry, I like that, but it wasn't my passion, And I feel like my passion was so diverse that I wanted to do everything, but that to some people that seemed so vague and kind of misguided that they didn't take it seriously. So now I'm doing YouTube, working, making music, creating art, talking to kids on how, even if you're in a bad situation, I go to apartment complexes, talk to the kids, speak. I'm not a TED talker, so like, who am I to tell you anything? But I go there. But I want to do that on a mass scale. But I'm too small. Your name gotta be out there to really have any power. That's why they said the more you control the masses, the more powerful you are. And the masses are the viewers, the audience, the minds, the intellect. And here's one thing I want to tell you, I don't want to be informational. I don't want to be a teacher. I want to talk to you like my friend, Like, we blood brothers, or we blood sisters, or you cousin, you niece, you nephew, or you I wouldn't say grandpa, you my older cousin, uncle or something. I want to talk to you like that. Listen, emotions hold a lot of leeway, hold a lot of power with some things. And what I mean by that, the reason I say that because I feel like I got in a, well, not a full call argument, but I got in a disagreement with one of my significant others, right? one of the individuals I'll hold dearly to my heart. And I feel like the reason why there's a mishap, you know what I'm saying, is weather forecast says blowing breeze, hard rains. No lie, hard rains going down, windy storms. But back, all right, let me get serious. There is a misconnect because you can't convey emotions over text, you know. So if you're in this periodic time where you're feeling angry, you're going to read the message angry, you know? You're going to read those things. So is this what life? If you're angry at the time, anything that's said or done to you, you see it in a hateful or a derogatory way because you're in that state of aggression. So your mind is giving you the chemical imbalance to see everything as it is, especially if you're sad. Like a brick wall can make you sad if it's potent enough. That's why I said the mind of the young is so powerful. Because it's easy to manipulate. That could be good or bad, but it's also good to adapt. Conveying emotions is one of the greatest things that you can do, you know? You gotta be ready for the unknown. You know? I found a method to sleep. You know, I'm still not getting that much sleep, but I'm finding a method. So, I keep my room super duper cold to the point where my body has to shut down like naturally because it's so cold, and sleep is the only way to keep my body, you know, warm. So that's how I'm doing. I'm shutting down my body. I know it's not smart to do that. I'm not doing that most of the time, but I'm keeping the room as cold as possible to the point where I can see my breath so I can go to sleep. You know, but sometimes me staying up gives me the greatest ideas. Me staying up for a longer period of time. But I feel like it's my mind trying to take control again because it doesn't get any type of control in the morning, so it tends to stay up at night to have some type of control, you know? It's always that tight, you know? But, yeah. I'm not the type to say don't do drugs, kids, and stuff like that, but, like, if you're way better sober, you know? Because at our age, we should, like, it's normalized for kids our age or younger than me to smoke, drink, and party, you know? There's nothing wrong with partying, there's nothing wrong with having fun, but why do things, maybe because it's the rules, you like to be a rule breaker, why do things if you're not able to do it until you're a certain age? So I guess the disobedience gives us a type of power, you know? Nobody says you gotta be unruly or you gotta comply to the rules, because I don't want to comply to the rules, I want to break the rules, but in a way where it's not destructive to my body, my mind, or my spirit, or others, you know? We're not gonna be positive 24/7, we're gonna get angry sometimes, we want to slap somebody, but with that in mind, you have to learn how to be content. Learn how to calm the mind so you don't do anything that is brash, so you don't be seen as an unruly child. People will try to diminish you or try to demean the things you say, mainly off of your age and the acts you do. So be careful. I always say it's perspective and perception. Appearance. People say looks don't matter, but they do. You know, I'm a chump. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the most beautiful guy, but my words have more meaning than what I look like. But we live in a world where the appearance is everything. So you can talk about straight nonsense and look good, and people, you have a mass following, you know? You have a great following. But that's okay. You can't pity yourself because you don't look better than somebody else. So, what is the quote of the day? What's the thing that we're supposed to be doing today? We don't know. Because we don't want to have it every day while I'm just talking to you about something random, right? We want to have like we want to have a schedule. I told you the community post is going to be up, so y'all can be able to talk to me in a couple weeks or so. No promises though, no promises. You know. What else? We're figuring out. I'm thinking about getting another job. Actually, I want a job closer to here instead of my real home. So I might work at cause I was always prideful not working, but like now I might want to work at like a supermarket or something, you know, something generic. So when I do blow up, with like usually be like, yeah, I used to work. You know, I used to work at a little old store here and there, or convenience store. Now I don't work, cause listen, I asked my biological mother, she said working at a convenience store is dumb because the probability of you getting robbed increases by at least 30%. Especially where we at, so you know, I try to talk to my mom, you know what I'm saying, talk to my mother, see how she's doing and stuff like that. So yeah. We might work at like a grocery store or something. But I want to get to the point where my fans recognize me and they ask for pictures and stuff, girl, so I can talk to them face to face. It's way better than me talking through a phone than face to face. Face to face, I can convey emotions way more powerful, and you can feel the aura that I'm trying to get to, or the things that I'm trying to get to is better than the phone, because the phone can portray that, but not as powerful face to face, where you can see and feel the raw emotion. So, yeah, we're probably gonna have a couple videos coming out today. If it continue raining, we'll just keep the umbrella. Yeah, we'll just keep the umbrella if it continues raining. But yeah, we're gonna keep on going though. Keep pushing through. Mother Nature won't stop anything, as you can see. I'm dancing in the rain. Dancing in the rain. Thank you, lad. We won't pretend to be perky or different just to get attention. We'll always keep it 100% raw with y'all, because some people don't. People will put on a facade on the YouTube and be performative just to get the people they want. But I want to be humble, not just because I need to be, but that's how I want to be. I made so many mistakes in my life that I want to change for the better. For you, not just for myself, for my family. I want to be so rich to the point I can just boom, hella milli. Okay, that's too far, but here it's 10 grand. Something to help you out, But we'll get there. Eventually, we'll get there. If not, hey, who will? Me. I will. You know what I'm saying? We'll get there. So, hope you're having a good day. I think this is gonna be posted on the weekend, but I found this strap for TikToks. All right, I gotta post on Fridays on the weekends late at night. That's when everybody be off, or getting off of work and stuff or getting off of school. That's when we start posting TikToks. But other than that, YouTube, I still gonna be posting at night. Even the videos in the morning or afternoon, we're still gonna be posting at night. Yeah, mainly. And yeah. It was wonderful talking to you once again. And good gosh, I'm sorry I got so much rain on you, dude. It's not my cup of tea. We'll start the next video in like this position probably. Yeah. Let me just take this picture. Yeah. Bro, it's raining heavy out here though. I'm not gonna lie to you. But hey, motion is motion. Slow motion is better than no motion. A lot of people say that. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the end, it's just the beginning. So yeah, y'all look out for me. This pretty face, but see everywhere, alright? Promise you. Have a great day.